Welcome aboard this first-class honeymoon flight. From fresh sushi on the ground to lobster in the air, you'll see what it's like to fly this $8,000 first-class flight on Singapore Air from Tokyo Narita to LAX. Our journey begins on the ground at the ANA Suite Lounge, which we got access to as we were flying first class on Singapore Air, a Star Alliance carrier. The lounge offers great views of the tarmac. For food, there is a mix of both buffet and made-to-order options. Our highlights were the chocolates, white wine, and mussels. I was able to take a shower before departure. Standard amenities like slippers and dental kits were provided. Unfortunately, the showers are also shared with the business class lounge, leading to overcrowding. Because of this, Jessica didn't have enough time to shower before departure. Now we will take to the air for the 5,000-mile, 9-hour journey between Narita and LAX.
We were the first to board the aircraft and were greeted with a spacious yet private cabin. With the 1-2-1 configuration and only one row of seats for a total of 4 passengers, it's hard not to describe this cabin as exclusive. You could practically fit 2 people in the seat, and the side pillows given help fill in the extra room. The seat comes with a universal power plug, reading lights, IFE controller, headphone holder, and seat controls. Inside the storage was a LAX amenity kit, socks, and eye mask. The matching his and hers amenity kits from LAX included lip balm, body mist, lotion, and perfume. Pajamas, slippers, and a blanket were also provided.
The first meal service began promptly after takeoff. We both started off with the chicken sauté for the canopies, which is a Singapore Air classic. The flavor was good, but the sauce was definitely needed as the chicken was a bit dry. My rating is 3.5 out of 5 stars. The next dish was the starter, and nothing screams first class like champagne and caviar. This dish was excellent, easily 5 out of 5 stars. Service on Singapore Air was excellent. Like the American IM, I requested a second starter of oxtail soup, which the crew happily obliged. The soup was okay, but not anything too special. 3 out of 5 stars. We both went with the lobster thermidor for the entree. Having lobster at 30,000 feet was truly a first-class experience. My only complaint was that the lobster was small. 4.5 out of 5 stars.
For my dessert, I chose the fruit and cheese platter paired with a glass of port wine. There was a good variety of cheese, so no complaints here. 5 out of 5 stars.
I chose the red bean panna cotta for dessert. The fruit and panna cotta were good, but the green tea ice cream was frozen.
Rock solid.
So it was hard to eat with my spoon. Overall, the dish was still good, so 4.5 out of 5 stars. In another example of Singapore Air's spectacular service, the flight crew surprised us with a cake, champagne, and teddy bears to celebrate our honeymoon. I requested a cake via the Singapore Air online chat about 2 weeks before our trip, but it was just that, a request. No one ever followed up, guaranteeing the cake, so this was a surprise to me as well. The cake tasted great and was huge given it was just the 2 of us. 6 stars for this special honeymoon surprise.
With the first meal service complete, it was time to get ready for bed. The bathroom was standard, but with only 4 passengers in the first class cabin and 2 bathrooms in it, this has to be one of the best passenger to bathroom ratios possible. Amenities like razors, shaving cream, and toothbrushes were provided. We asked the flight attendant to make our beds and then had the best night of sleep on an airplane we have ever experienced.
The next morning, I had the Japanese breakfast. The appetizer was greens in a dashi dressing, scallops with red cabbage, and bamboo shoots with bonito flakes. To be honest, I didn't like this dish. There was nothing inherently wrong with the food, but I think this just wasn't the style of Japanese food that I like. So the fault is more so with me for ordering it rather than the airline. 2 out of 5 stars. The main dish was sesame crusted mackerel and beef brisket. For the sides, there's miso soup, rice, and an egg custard. The beef brisket here had great flavor and melted in my mouth, but everything else was just alright. 3.5 out of 5 stars. For dessert, I had fresh fruit, which is full of juice and flavor. 5 out of 5 stars.
For my dish, I had pre-selected my meal before the flight, so I had lamb with potato au gratin. It was pretty good, although there was a lot of fat on the lamb that I had to eat around. 3 out of 5 stars here. The fruit for dessert was really refreshing, and I was impressed with the quality of their fruit. 5 out of 5 stars.
So how did we book this flight? Well, we didn't pay $8,000 per person. Instead, we transferred points from Amex membership rewards to Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer miles. We took this flight in mid-2025, but booked it in mid-2024. Back then, we paid 187,000 miles and $44 in taxes and fees per person for an Advantage Award. However, as of 2026, Advantage Awards now cost about 225,000 miles. Back on board our flight, just an hour after breakfast, we started our descent into LAX. This flight was truly spectacular, and I can't think of a better way to end our honeymoon trip to Japan. If you would like to follow the rest of our Japan trip, click the link on screen now.